Minecraft's cobblestone first looked like this when it was one of the first 2 blocks added, while Minecraft was just called Cave Game. After beta 1.7, the texture stayed mostly the same until 1.14. Before beta 1.4, the game's logo was made from cobblestone. Cobblestone can actually be broken quickest using a golden pickaxe, which is even faster than netherite. To make a cobblestone generator properly, dig 4 blocks in a line, make a hole here, and place your water next to the hole, with the lava on the opposite side. Minecraft's pistons started off as a mod and looked like this. In the mod, pistons could launch gravity blocks like sand way into the air. Jeb was given the mod's code and made pistons that looked like this. They used to be unobtainable 6-sided pistons, but now they look like this. 1.14's texture update changed pistons from this to this. Notch first wanted to add pulleys, which had separate blocks for pushing and pulling. In 2009, Notch planned for spiked pistons, but replaced them with sticky pistons. Minecraft's TNT used to be activated with just a hit, and could be stopped by hitting it again. The texture used to look like this, but now looks like this. The sound of TNT being lit is the same sound as a creeper, but higher pitched. Crouching and lighting TNT just sets the block on fire. Underwater TNT can be made in the Education Edition by adding sodium. Lit TNT is actually slightly smaller than a full block. TNT will explode underwater if you place sand on top. Minecraft Sand was one of the first blocks added to the game, but couldn't fall smoothly and had this texture. The hotbar actually uses the original sand texture for its background. Sand falls at around 2.2 blocks per second. If there's somehow air below a torch, sand won't be broken by it and just falls straight through. Sand will still fall at the same speed underwater and even through lava. Netherite shovels don't break sand any faster than diamond or gold shovels. Red sand can't make concrete powder. Minecraft's furnaces were added in 2010 and had a stone texture on top. Before furnaces, the only way to smelt items was to drop them and burn them. A lava bucket will smelt 100 items, making it the best fuel to use. Blackstone can be used to craft a furnace instead of cobblestone. Tamed cats like to sit on top of furnaces that are lit. It takes 8 seconds to smelt an item in a furnace. Renaming a furnace in an anvil will change the name at the top. Furnaces emit a light level of 13 when active. Minecraft beehives were added in 1.15. Bee nests can't be moved with a piston. Comparators can be connected to beehives and output a signal based on how much honey is inside. Bee nests always generate with 3 bees inside them. Breaking a natural bee nest is quicker than breaking a beehive. Bee nests are rarer in forest biomes in Bedrock Edition than in Java Edition. Bee nests are more flammable than beehives. In Java Edition, bees can only exit from the sides of a hive. Minecraft's cobblestone first looked like this when it was one of the first 2 blocks added, while Minecraft was just called Cave Game. Underwater TNT can be made in the Education Edition by adding sodium. Sand falls at around 2.2 blocks per second. Cobblestone can actually be broken quickest using a golden pickaxe, which is even faster than netherite. Comparators can be connected to beehives and output a signal based on how much honey is inside. Even though netherite is supposed to be rare, emerald ore is rarer than ancient debris. Ancient debris gives the most XP of any item when smelted. Netherite items can't burn but can be destroyed by cacti or explosions. Ancient debris is the only ore that does not use the same texture on all 6 sides. On April Fool's Day, a snapshot added netherite stairs called Swaggiest Stairs Ever. It's possible to find veins of up to 20 ancient debris. Subscribe. Texture for Minecraft's grass is based on the grass texture from one of Notch's older games, Prelude of the Chambered. Placing a block where grass is will not drop seeds. On the Minecraft launcher, the image of grass is actually the top half of double tall grass. Lightning can't set grass on fire. Even though ferns don't make seeds in real life, they can drop seeds if broken in Minecraft. Grass can actually generate on beaches and inside village houses. Grass is slightly offset from the block it's sitting on. So Minecraft zombies were the first mobs added and could wear armor that looked like this. In Java Edition, on Halloween, zombies can spawn with pumpkins on their heads. Minecraft Earth has bouldering zombies which can climb up rocks. There are also lobber zombies which throw meat projectiles. Both have different length arms. Zombies used to drop feathers instead of rotten flesh. In Bedrock Edition, baby zombies can ride cats and pandas. Zombies used to cause more damage when their health. Minecraft's dirt was the 3rd block added and looked slightly different. There are approximately 1,850 dirt blocks per chunk in plains biomes. Coarse dirt turns back into normal dirt when tilled. Farmland turns into dirt if it is not within 4 blocks of water. Diamond, netherite and gold shovels all break dirt at the same speed. Grass will only spread to dirt if it's under a light level of at least 4. Some chunks can have around 3,000. Minecraft sponges were first suggested by a fan in 2009 and look like this. Originally, they would naturally decay after a while, like leaves. It's quicker to break a sponge with a hoe. There are a finite number of sponges in any Minecraft world. Wet sponges placed in a desert in Bedrock Edition will dry out instantly. Sponges weren't in survival until 2014, when they were re-added with a new texture. Wet sponges used to look like this, until they were changed to this, and then this in 1.14. Subscribe! Minecraft's ice was first mentioned by Notch in 2009, but was added in 2010. Winter mode used to be a feature in Minecraft, where there was always snow and water was replaced by ice. Mobs couldn't spawn on top of ice until Minecraft 1.13. Packed ice is called compressed ice in the British English language. In early versions, ice could be melted to leave floating water source blocks. Lighting ice with flint and steel in Bedrock Edition uses up durability but doesn't light the ice. Minecraft copper blocks look like this when they were revealed, but now look like this. Crafting copper blocks only requires 4 copper ingots instead of the regular 9. Copper ore is the first ore in the overworld not to use the normal texture design. In snapshot versions, inventory text for weathered copper block was written with a capital K at the end. Waxed copper blocks can be crafted using honeycomb, which will not turn green over time. A copper block can't be turned back into copper ingots if it has started to go green. Subscribe! Minecraft's lapis was the 6th ore added to the game. Lapis ore can drop up to 36 lapis at once with a Fortune 3 pickaxe. In real life, lapis has been used for making stained glass and even cave paintings. Lapis can be used to make blue glow sticks and balloons in the Education Edition. With the Hero of the Village effect active after a raid, cleric villagers might give you lapis in Java Edition. Lapis originally looked like this in 2011, but changed to this in 1.14. Subscribe! Minecraft's gold was one of the first 3 ores added to the game, and the gold ingot texture was changed the day after it was added in, and then changed twice in 1.14. When gold ore was added, it used to drop 1 to 3 blocks of gold when mined. In a Bedrock Edition beta, gold ore was accidentally made unsmeltable. Smelting a stack of gold ore will give you around 3 levels of XP. The reason gold tools are so weak is because gold is soft in real life. Gold ore is the only ore found in both the Nether and the Overworld. Subscribe! When Minecraft's diamonds were first added, they were called emeralds. In 2010, a chest would appear at spawn with a stack of 100 diamonds. In real life, diamonds used for making tools are not actually very rare. Diamond blocks were originally going to look like this after 1.14. Diamond ore is found on exactly the same layers as redstone ore. Diamond blocks have a blue version of the same texture as gold blocks. 1 diamond block and 1 log can make 4 diamond tools with no sticks left over. Subscribe! Minecraft's emeralds were the 7th ore added to the game. Natural emerald ore blocks are even rarer than netherite. Emerald ore only generates in veins of 1 block. Emeralds used to look like this, but now look smaller. Emeralds were originally rubies, but Dinnerbone is colorblind, so he sometimes thought ruby ore was redstone ore and changed it. Only lapis, emerald, and copper have unique ore textures. Emerald blocks were first revealed in this image by Jeb. Emerald blocks looked like this in 1.14, but used to look like this. Subscribe! Minecraft's redstone was the 5th ore added to the game. Comparators don't emit redstone particles, but repeaters do. Chests can still be opened when covered by redstone blocks. Redstone looked like this in 2010, but changed to this in 1.14. Redstone bugs were a type of mob in the 2013 April Fool's update, and spawned near redstone. Redstone lamps don't show up on maps. Cleric villagers sell 1 to 4 redstone for 1 emerald. Redstone is called redstone dust in Java Edition, but just redstone in Bedrock Edition. Subscribe! Minecraft's coal blocks used to look like redstone blocks and were added in the 2013 April Fool's update. Coal blocks make a bass drum sound when placed under a note block. On average, 207 coal ore blocks are generated per chunk. In the Education Edition, charcoal can be used to make heat blocks. Charcoal used to look exactly like coal until 1.6. A full stack of coal blocks will smelt for 14.2 hours, which is over 42 Minecraft days and 50 times as long as a lava bucket smelts for. Subscribe! Minecraft's iron was originally just called metal and looked like this. About 0.6% of a Minecraft world is made of iron ore. Anvils were originally crafted with 6 iron blocks. The iron ingot is used in 34 crafting recipes, more than any other item in the game. To craft each recipe once, a player would need 153 iron ingots. In the code, iron bars are known as fence iron. While curing a zombie villager, iron bars placed nearby speed up the healing process. Subscribe! Minecraft's quartz was the first nether ore added, which used to look like this. Unlike netherrack, fire does not burn forever on nether quartz ore. Quartz looked like this in 2013, but changed to this in 1.14. 2 quartz slabs placed on top of each other is stronger than a quartz block. Quartz blocks were first revealed in this screenshot. Smooth quartz was unobtainable until Minecraft 1.14. In Java Edition, this block is called quartz pillar, but pillar quartz block in Bedrock Edition. Subscribe! Minecraft soul sand was added in 2010 and looked like this. Standing on soul sand next to lava sets the player on fire. When walking on soul sand, silverfish used to take damage before Minecraft 1.15. Piglins can drop up to 8 soul sand when given a gold ingot. Before 1.16, sea pickles couldn't be placed on soul sand. Soul sand makes a cowbell sound when placed under a note block. If gravel falls onto soul sand, it breaks. So if soul sand is underneath lava, the lava won't be filled in by gravel. Subscribe! Minecraft's creepers were added in 2009 and were originally dark green. Nerd creepers were a type of mob in the 2019 April Fool's update and wore a lab coat and glasses. Charged creepers cause more damage to the player than any other mob in the game. Creepers were made bright green to camouflage them against the old Minecraft grass textures. Creepers have been in games like Henry Stickmin, Terraria and Octodad. If a charged creeper is given invisibility, the blue aura is still visible. Subscribe! Minecraft Cactus was added in 2010 and looked like this. In older versions, Endermen could place cacti on any block. The tallest ever natural cactus in Minecraft is 22 blocks tall. Cacti can be placed underwater. A cactus will destroy any item thrown at it, making it better than lava for disposing of items. The bottom of a cactus can't normally be seen and looks like this. Cacti can be found in bonus chests in Bedrock Edition, but not in Java Edition. Wandering traders sell cacti for 3 emeralds in Java Edition, but 5 emeralds in Bedrock. Subscribe! Minecraft slime blocks used to look like this in 2013. Clouds are invisible when seen through slime blocks. Rabbits can't jump if they're on a slime block. Slime blocks on pistons launch mobs 6.5 blocks upwards. Glazed terracotta won't stick to slime blocks. When slime blocks were first announced, they were called bouncy blocks. Placing slime blocks underneath soul sand used to make mobs move slower than just moving on soul sand. Players walk on slime blocks at 1.4 blocks per second, which is 30% of their normal walking speed. Subscribe! Minecraft cakes were added in 2010 and looked like this. In an old version, a glitch allowed cake to be eaten when none was left. It always takes 0.75 seconds to mine a cake, no matter what tool or how much is eaten. For Minecraft's 10th anniversary, a white concrete hen was added on top for a short time. Pandas will eat a cake when thrown one. Notch added cakes because Minecraft won the Indie of the Year award in 2010. Cakes can be placed on top of beds and you can still sleep in them. Cakes take up 38% of a block. Like torches, cakes destroy blocks that fall onto them. Subscribe! Minecraft's obsidian used to drop 1 cobblestone block when broken in 2010. Obsidian takes over 3 minutes to break with no pickaxe. Floating underwater, this can take over an hour. Glowing obsidian used to be in Minecraft Pocket Edition, but was removed. Obsidian has the highest blast resistance of any block in survival Minecraft. In real life, obsidian is actually fragile like glass. Obsidian was added in 2010 and used to look like this. Obsidian is one of the only blocks found in all dimensions. An old version had obsidian walls that generated at spawn. Subscribe! Minecraft's grass block was the first block added and looked like this. The grass on top can be 16 different colours depending on the biome. It takes longer to mine a grass path than it takes to mine a grass block. Buttons can't be placed on grass path blocks, but signs can. Walking on TNT makes the same sound as walking on grass. Grass blocks can be used to fill up composters only in Bedrock Edition. Before tall grass was added, wheat seeds were obtained by using a hoe on a grass block. Grass blocks and cobblestone were added when Minecraft was just called Cave Game. Subscribe! Minecraft's chests were full blocks when added in 2010. Chests can actually be locked with a command in Java Edition. Redstone points towards trapped chests, but not normal chests. Chests would generate in every chunk on April 1st, 2011. Opening these would take you to a fake store page. A chest full of shulker boxes can hold over 90,000 items. Double chests can sometimes be found in dungeons. Chests make a bass sound when placed under a note block. Chests are one of the only blocks found in all dimensions. Subscribe! Minecraft's Endermen were going to have green eyes before Notch chose purple. Endermen can't place blocks on top of bedrock. Endermen are the only mobs that spawn naturally in all dimensions. If an Enderman is given invisibility, their eyes are still visible. Even though Endermen teleport before being hit by an arrow, trapping one shows that they are actually immune. When Endermen were first added, they were able to pick up any block, even bedrock. A group of Endermen is called a haunting. Endermen were first revealed in this dark image by Notch. Endermen can accidentally place TNT next to a power source. Subscribe! Minecraft's command block looked like this when it was added in 2012. Dispensers used to be able to place command blocks. When command blocks were added, you could mine them in survival. Command blocks have the second highest blast resistance of any block in the game. Comparators output a signal if a command block is used. Using /help in a command block used to show messages like YOLO and have you tried turning it off and on again. Typing Sarge into a command block and running it shows this message. Command block commands can be up to 32,000 letters long. You can't ban someone with a command block. Subscribe! Minecraft's crafting table looked like this in 2010 and was called a workbench. It takes longer to mine a crafting table than it does to mine a log. The smithing table used to look a lot like the crafting table. Searching Excited ZE in the recipe book changes the game's language to pirate language. Knowledge books can be obtained with commands and add recipes to the recipe book. Crafting tables make a bass sound when placed under a note block. In 2013, a stonecutter was needed to craft these blocks in Pocket Edition. Before crafting tables, pressing B opened up the 3x3 grid. Subscribe! Minecraft's netherrack was called Bloodstone when it was added. Launch once called netherrack netherstone. Before 1.16, Endermen could pick up netherrack, but can't anymore. The Education Edition says that netherrack is made of silicon, oxygen, and mercury. The old netherrack texture has a similar pattern to cobblestone. In Bedrock Edition, netherrack spawns under floating portals, but not in Java Edition. Netherrack can actually be broken quickest using a golden pickaxe, which is even faster than netherite. Netherrack makes a bass drum sound when placed under a note block. Netherrack can now appear in the overworld as part of ruined portals. Subscribe! Minecraft's beacons were going to look like this, with a rotating cube inside. There are over 12 million combinations of beacon colours. Although beacons contain obsidian, they don't need a diamond pickaxe to be mined. The beam of a beacon can go through water and lava. Beacons break at the same speed no matter what tool is used. Coloured beacons were first shown in this image by Dinnerbone. The top of a beacon's beam looks like this. Beacons can go through bedrock. Beacons can't be pushed by pistons. A beacon's beam used to be solid. Beacon beams can also pass through other beacons. Subscribe! Minecraft's beds used to look like this and more items in the inventory. Slimes don't stop you sleeping at night. You can't take damage from lava while sleeping in a bed. In the Education Edition, bleach makes beds turn white. Players in creative mode can sleep if monsters are nearby. Crying obsidian was going to set the player's spawn point before beds, but wasn't added until 2020. Villagers can sleep in the nether without the bed exploding. Baby villagers jump on beds during the day. Beds help cure zombie villagers more quickly. Before coloured beds, there were 3,000 ways to craft beds. The Ender Dragon takes 4 beds to defeat. Subscribe! Minecraft enchanting tables used to look like this and were made with cobblestone. The enchanting table book will still point towards players who are invisible. Enchanting tables can't be destroyed with TNT. Enchantment tables in Bedrock Edition emit a light level of 12. The height of an enchanting table is exactly halfway between slabs and blocks. In Bedrock Edition, hoes can't be enchanted using an enchantment table. The Ender Dragon can still destroy enchanting tables. There used to be a glitch where all enchantments were feather falling. It's called an enchanting table in Java Edition, but enchantment table in Bedrock Edition. Subscribe! Minecraft's glowstone used to look like this and was crafted with 9 glowstone dust. Glowstone dust used to look a lot more yellow. The Education Edition says that glowstone is made out of argon, neon, krypton, and boron. Glowstone can't drop more than 4 dust even with fortune. Before 1.8, mobs couldn't suffocate inside glowstone. Glowstone stops giving off light while being pushed by a piston. In Bedrock Edition, cleric villagers sell 1 glowstone dust for 4 emeralds. Glowstone makes a pling sound when placed under a note block. Glowstone always takes the same amount of time to mine. Subscribe! Minecraft Snow was added in 2010 and used to look like this. A player can jump up 1 block and 3 snow layers. Foxes can get stuck in the snow. Snowballs used to look like this. Snow can be placed on every solid block other than ice. Mobs can't spawn on blocks with 2 to 7 snow layers on top. 1 to 3 sea pickles can't melt snow, but 4 sea pickles can. Snow can be placed next to a cactus without breaking it. Iron, diamond, netherite, and gold tools all break snow at the same speed. In Bedrock Edition, leaves with top snow have snow particles. Subscribe! Minecraft's melons used to look like this in 2011. Mining a melon with fortune can drop up to 9 melon slices. Melon slices used to look like this. Piglins can be distracted using a glistering melon. Minecraft Earth used to have melon golems that could launch melon seed projectiles. Glistering melons used to only need 1 gold nugget to craft and used to look like this. Even though axes are fastest, swords break melons slightly faster than hands. This is called a melon slice in Java Edition, but just a melon in Bedrock Edition. Melons were first revealed in an interview with Notch. Subscribe! Minecraft's turtles drop bowls when struck by lightning. Baby turtles are the smallest mob in the game. Turtles looked like this when they were first revealed. Baby turtles take damage walking on soul sand. Turtles have 5 more hearts than players have. Zombies only attack baby turtles and turtle eggs, but not adult turtles. There used to be a glitch where baby turtles look like this. Turtles will always try to lay their eggs on the beach they spawned on. Ravagers won't attack turtles, but do attack turtle eggs in Bedrock Edition. Scutes were originally called turtle shell pieces. Subscribe! Minecraft anvils were added in 2012 and used to look like this. Anvils can only be pushed by pistons in Bedrock Edition. In Java Edition, they can only be pushed while falling. Anvils used to need 6 iron blocks before they were made easier to craft. Anvils take 25 seconds to mine with no tool, but only 4 seconds with a wooden pickaxe. The chipped anvil used to be called a slightly damaged anvil. Notch first mentioned anvils as far back as 2010. In creative mode in Java Edition, any item can be enchanted, but this can't be done in Bedrock Edition. A damaged anvil can be found in woodland mansions. Subscribe! Minecraft shulkers were going to camouflage with blocks, but it was too hard to code. When given invisibility, only the shell disappears. Shulker shell items used to look like this. Piglins fight players who mine shulker boxes. Shulkers can get in minecarts. Shulkers take full damage in boats. Mobs can't jump over shulkers. Shulker means shell lurker. Dispensers can place shulker boxes. Shulkers can be hooked with a fishing rod. Shulkers have a spiral on the bottom. Shulkers break all gravity blocks. Shulkers don't make a sound when spawned. Lava can't hurt shulkers. Shulker boxes disappear when far away. Subscribe! Minecraft's bedrock used to look like this in 2009. Bedrock used to be called unbreakable stone. There used to be a lava layer before bedrock existed. Vexes in the Ender Dragon can fly through bedrock. Bedrock burns forever, only in the end. Bedrock was the 7th block added to Minecraft. In old versions, there was no bedrock. Mobs can't spawn on bedrock. Bedrock can be found in all dimensions. Diamonds can sometimes be covered by bedrock. Bedrock's texture is based on the stone texture. Ruined portals in ravines can break bedrock. Bedrock's blast resistance used to be 18 million. Subscribe! Minecraft's bricks used to be much more red. Bricks have the same blast resistance as diamond blocks. Solid brick pyramids used to be found and were 32 blocks tall. The texture for bricks has changed 4 times. Bricks can be found in underwater ruins. Bricks were added in the same update as TNT. The brick item used to look like this. Villagers can sell 10 bricks for an emerald. When bricks were added, they couldn't be crafted. Bricks used to take much longer to break. Bricks make a bass drum sound when under a note block. These are bricks in Java Edition, but brick block in Bedrock Edition. Bricks are only used for brick blocks and flower pots. Subscribe! Minecraft's honey blocks first looked a lot more like slime blocks. Honey blocks and hay bales lower fall damage by the same amount. Torches can only be placed on honey in Bedrock Edition. It takes 18 seconds to slide down a stack of honey blocks. Walking on honey blocks is faster than on slime blocks. Honey bottles used to look like this. Mobs avoid walking on honey blocks. TNT will always destroy honey blocks. Honey blocks break instantly. Bees sometimes eat honey blocks. Honey blocks don't carry redstone like slime. The bottom of a honey block doesn't slow you down. Arrows can go through the side of a honey block. Honey blocks are only 7/8 of a block. Subscribe! Minecraft's hay bales used to look like this in 2013. Hay bales used to be called hay blocks. Hay bales are less efficient than wheat for filling a composter. Wheats used to look like this. Hay bales make a banjo sound when placed under a note block. Hay bales can't catch fire from lava. Horses grow faster around hay bales. It's quickest to mine a hay bale with a hoe. Hay bales were first shown off in this image. There used to be a 6-sided version of hay bale. Hay bales reduce fall damage by 80%. Wheat crops used to look like this. Chickens used to use wheat to breathe. Smoke from campfires rises higher when on top of a hay bale. Subscribe! Minecraft's wolves used to look like this. There are glitched red wolves in Bedrock Edition. Minecraft Earth used to have skeleton wolves. You could only give fish to a wolf in Bedrock Edition. Giving wolves certain effects makes this happen. Wolves have an unused howling sound. Wolves can teleport into glass blocks. Wild wolves attack baby turtles. This was the first screenshot of wolves. Wolves chase bats even though they can't touch them. Tamed wolves have more health than wild ones. In 1.8, wolves had orange collars by default. Wild wolves attack foxes. Wolf hitboxes are smaller in Bedrock Edition. Subscribe! Minecraft's terracotta used to look like this and was called hardened clay. Glazed terracotta was inspired by a bathroom floor that Jeb saw. Terracotta was first shown in this image by Dinnerbo. Glazed terracotta has a much lower blast resistance. It takes longer to break glazed terracotta. These glazed terracotta blocks now look like this. Pistons can't pull glazed terracotta. 17 out of 32 terracotta types can't be found naturally. Glazed terracotta was first shown in this image. Villagers can sell 16 terracotta for an emerald. Terracotta makes a bass drum sound when placed under a note block. Subscribe! Minecraft's glass looked like this when it was added in 2009. Tinted glass was in the 2013 April Fool's update before stained glass. Hardened glass can be made in the Education Edition. Glass looked like this in the first ever screenshot of it. In the game's code, glass panes are called thin glass. Panes and glass blocks take the same time to break. Mobs can't spawn on glass. A version had glass pillars above strongholds. This was the first screenshot of stained glass. Glowstone and glass break at the same speed. Woodland mansions have a secret room with glass. Librarian villagers sell 4 glass for an emerald. Subscribe! Minecraft's mycelium used to look like this in 2011. Lava can't set mycelium on fire. Netherite and gold shovels take the same time to mine mycelium. Endermen can pick up and drop mycelium. Mushrooms can grow on mycelium at any light level. Mycelium is less blast resistant than grass. Mycelium and shulkers are the same color on maps. You can't use a hoe on mycelium. Mycelium spreading destroys sugarcane. Mycelium can only make paths in Bedrock Edition. Mycelium is part of a fungus in real life. Mycelium looks like snowy grass when covered in snow. Only bats and mushrooms spawn in mushroom biomes. Subscribe! Minecraft's mob spawners used to look like this in 2010. When spawners were added, they only spawned pigs. Minecarts with spawners can be summoned in Java Edition. Spawners can't be pushed by pistons. Spawners are smaller than a full block in Bedrock Edition. Mob spawners had these texture changes. Spawners make a bass drum sound when placed under a note block. Spawners take 25 seconds to break with no pickaxe. Silk Touch could only drop a spawner in 2011. Spawners emit light in Bedrock Edition. Spawners are less blast resistant than stone. This was the first ever image of a minecart with a spawner. Spawners are called monster spawners in Bedrock Edition. Subscribe! Minecraft's clay used to look like this in 2010. The Ender Dragon used to be spawned by making a creeper face out of clay. Dream's real name is Clay. Clay used to only spawn where the X and Z coordinates were the same. Clay balls used to look like this. Clay makes a flute sound when placed under a note block. Clay balls can be found in desert village chests. Clay doesn't drop more clay balls with fortune. Villagers can buy 10 clay balls for an emerald. Clay is most common in swamps. Clay used to be found at the bottom of the ocean. Clay takes longer to break than sand. In real life, clay can be the color of bricks. With Hero of the Village after a raid, villagers might throw clay in Java Edition. Subscribe! Minecraft's pumpkins used to look like this. Pumpkin pie used to be more orange. Jack-o'-lanterns can be enchanted with curses. A zombie villager's nose doesn't fit in a pumpkin. Pumpkins make a didgeridoo sound when placed under a note block. This was the first screenshot of a pumpkin pie. Jack-o'-lanterns first looked like this. Mobs have a chance of wearing a pumpkin on Halloween. Pumpkins drop when pushed by pistons. Pumpkins used to be found in end ships. Jack-o'-lanterns work for building golems. Pumpkin seeds breed chickens. Jack-o'-lanterns spawn in tiger villages. Wandering traders can sell a pumpkin for an emerald. Subscribe! Minecraft's concrete was added in 2017 and was first seen in this video by Jem. Lava used to turn concrete's powder into concrete. Concrete is blast-proof in real life but gets broken easily in Minecraft. Diamond, netherite and gold tools all break concrete powder at the same speed. Gravel takes longer to break than concrete powder. Falling concrete powder is smaller than a full block. This was the first image of concrete. Concrete never catches fire from lava. Red sand can't make concrete powder. Stone is quicker to break than concrete. Concrete makes a bass drum sound when under a note block and concrete powder makes a snare drum sound. Subscribe! Minecraft's hoppers were added in 2013 and look like this. Hopper items look like this when they were first added. Stone used to be used to craft hoppers instead of iron. Hoppers used to make the same sounds as wood. Jukeboxes can be played using hoppers in Bedrock Edition. Hopper items used to look like this. A hopper can move 9,000 items per hour. Opening a minecart with hopper provokes piglets. Levers can float on top of hoppers. The minecart with hopper used to look like this. This was the first image of a minecart with hopper. End ships used to have a hopper before elytras. Hoppers facing no direction could be spawned in Bedrock Edition. Subscribe! Minecraft's bone blocks used to look like this. Bone spiders were in Minecraft Earth and made bone shards. Wearing a bone using commands puts it in your mouth. Fossils were originally going to be made out of quartz. Bones used to look like this. Bones were added at the same time as cake. 6-sided bone blocks used to be in Bedrock Edition. Bone meal can be used on any side of a grass block. Note blocks make xylophone sounds with bone blocks underneath. Bone meal used to look like this. Fish only drop bones in Bedrock Edition. Redstone used to not pass through bone blocks. Bone meal doesn't work on these plants. Skeletons drop up to 5 bones with looting 3. Subscribe! Minecraft's air wasn't an actual block until 2013. There are 3 types of air: void air, cave air, and air. Air in the inventory used to look like this. Air, structure void, and barriers are the only invisible blocks. Structure blocks show air as small blue cubes. You can survive the void with enchanted golden apples. Elytra boosting doesn't work in the void in Bedrock Edition. Air is one of the 5 blocks found in all dimensions. In one update, villagers and the Ender Dragon dropped air. The void has an invisible floor in Bedrock Edition. In 1.2, going 618 blocks under bedrock would show a black box. Subscribe! Minecraft's gravel used to look like this and then this. Gravel always drops flint with fortune 3. Flint first looked like this. Flint and steel was added before flint and was dropped by mobs. Gravel didn't fall when first added to Pocket Edition. Walking on gravel used to make a different sound. Flint and steel used to make this sound. Flint and steel used to look like this. There used to be gravel beaches. Village paths were made of gravel until 1.10. Gravel falling on a torch never makes flint. Gravel makes a snare drum sound when placed under a note block. Fletcher villagers are more likely to sell gravel in Java Edition. Subscribe! Minecraft's ender chest looked like this when it was suggested on Reddit. Ender chests were a mod before Mojang added them. This was the crafting recipe when ender chests were suggested. Ender chests looked like this when they were added. Chests and ender chests sounded the same until 1.10. It takes nearly 2 minutes to break an ender chest with no tool. Renaming an ender chest won't show up when open. Ender chest particles don't go more than a block away. Piglins will attack you if you open an ender chest. Ender chests look the same as chests at Christmas. The ender dragon can break ender chests. Ender chests emit a light level of 7. Subscribe! Minecraft's barriers used to look like this. Redstone can pass through barrier blocks. Water can go inside barriers in Bedrock Edition. Beacon beams can go through barriers. Real no symbols have the line going the other way. Withers used to be able to break barrier blocks. Barriers used to make lava particles when broken. You can't go above or below border blocks in the Education Edition. In debug mode worlds, the floor is made of barriers. Invisible bedrock used to surround worlds in Pocket Edition. This was the first image of a barrier block. Barriers have the highest blast resistance in the game. Subscribe! Minecraft's leaves used to look like this. Leaves can be 15 different colors. Rainwater drips through leaves. Jungle leaves are the least likely to drop saplings. Leaves block light from the sun but not from torches. Every leaf texture was changed in 1.14. Leaves fade to white in snow biomes in Bedrock Edition. Leaves don't stop chests being open. These tools will break leaves the quickest. Leaves being held are always a different color when placed. Swords break leaves quicker than hands but slower than hoes. Cocoa beans used to be dropped by jungle leaves. Dark oak leaves can be found in woodland mansions. Subscribe! Minecraft's dispensers first looked like this and took longer to break. Minecarts with dispensers were shown but never got added. Dispensers used to look slightly different. You can lock a dispenser with commands. Mushrooms and sheep can be sheared with a dispenser. Bows that were about to break can still make dispensers. Pistons can only push dispensers in Bedrock Edition. Saddles and horse armor can be equipped with a dispenser. Dispensers wait 0.2 seconds before dispensing items. Every jungle pyramid has 2 dispensers. Dispensers can be heard up to 16 blocks away. Dispensers can charge respawn anchors. Subscribe! Minecraft signs used to look like this and were placed by pressing B. The sign item used to look like this. Writing on a sign used to freeze time in single player. In furnaces, one sign can smelt 1 item. When signs were added, they always had a test message on them. Signs used to need empty space above them. Chests in Tiger villages might have signs in them. Notch mentioned drawing on signs but never added it. Signs used to drop oak planks when broken. You can't place a block on a sign in Java Edition. Signs make a bass sound when placed under a note block. Signs can be found in Igloo basement. Rude words are hidden in Bedrock Edition. Subscribe! Minecraft's jukebox used to look like this. Pistons can't push jukeboxes. Real jukeboxes use diamond tip needles. You can hear a jukebox 65 blocks away. Hoppers and droppers insert discs in Bedrock Edition. Jukeboxes make a redstone signal when played in Bedrock Edition. Minecraft's Composer C418 has a jukebox skin. Comparators make different signals based on the song. Record player was the original name for the jukebox. Note blocks make a bass sound when placed on a jukebox. Jukeboxes are 7 times more blast resistant than note blocks. Note blocks and jukeboxes smelt the same amount in a furnace. Subscribe! Minecraft's endstone used to look like this. Endstone brick walls are the strongest type of wall. Endstone used to drop cobblestone. Endstone bricks used to look like this. The Ender Dragon can destroy endstone bricks. Whitestone was the original name for endstone. Endstone's texture is just inverted cobblestone. You can get infinite endstone by respawning the dragon. Endstone has a higher blast resistance than cobblestone. Endstone bricks were revealed at Minecon 2015. It takes the same time to break endstone and endstone bricks. Endstone takes 15 seconds to mine without a pickaxe.
Subscribe now!
Minecraft's sugarcane was called reeds when added in 2010. Sugarcane items used to look like this. Arrows and snowballs used to stick to sugarcane. Sugar used to look like this. Witches can drop more sugar than sugarcane makes. Sugarcane used to be called sugarcane. Hydrogen, carbon, and oxygen craft sugar in the education edition. The color of sugarcane is different depending on the biome. Sugarcane grows more slowly in bedrock edition. Unlike other crops, sugarcane can grow in the dark. Turning water to frosted ice doesn't break sugarcane. Sugarcane blocks didn't get changed in the texture update. Subscribe! Minecraft's bookshelves used to look like this. Strongholds can have up to 466 bookshelves. Books can have over 2 billion pages using commands. Bookshelves dropped nothing when they were added. Books used to look like this. Bookshelves are the only wooden block that needs silk touch to drop. Woodland mansions can have 180 bookshelves in one room. Normal wood is less flammable than a bookshelf. Portfolio books that hold pictures are in the education edition. Paper used to look like this. Planks and bookshelves smell the same amount in a furnace. Librarian villagers can sell one bookshelf for 9 emeralds. Subscribe! Minecraft's pigs were going to look like this. Pigs were the first passive mob added. Mushrooms dropped from pigs before pork chops. There were 7 new types of pig in Minecraft Earth. It used to be possible to ride a piglet with a saddle. Pork chops used to look like this and didn't stack. 5% of pigs spawned as piglets. Cooked pork chops used to look like steak. Riding a pig in a minecart is faster than a normal minecart. Piglets don't drop XP. Piglets changed after 20 minutes. Saddles on pigs used to be smaller. Pigs had no snouts when they were added. Lightning makes pigs become piglins. Subscribe! Minecraft's wool used to look like this and was called cloth. Rainbow wool that made rainbow beds and carpets was in Minecraft Earth. Lime wool was first called chartreuse. Bleach can make wool turn white in the education edition. Light blue wool used to look like this and was called ultramarine. There was also spring green, capri, and rose. Woodland mansions can have all wool types except these. Breaking wool with shears takes as long as breaking stone with netherite. Note blocks make guitar sounds when placed on top of wool. 18 wool can be sold for just 1 emerald. 2 wool smelts 1 item in a furnace. Subscribe! Minecraft's dragon egg only has 3 colors in its texture. Light is emitted by dragon egg. You won't lose health when covered in dragon eggs. The dragon egg only generates once, making it the rarest item. You can mine the dragon egg if there's no space for it to teleport to. Black particles fall when the dragon egg is floating. Dragon eggs have a smaller hitbox in Java edition. Teleporting makes the same particles as Endermen, but no sound. Beacons break as quickly as dragon egg. Dragon eggs can't teleport more than 15 blocks away. Endstone has the same blast resistance as a dragon egg. Dragon eggs are only in the creative inventory in Bedrock edition. Subscribe! Minecraft's nether bricks used to look like this. The nether brick item looked like this in 2013. Nether bricks are the only blocks that make both fences and walls. Piglins can give up to 8 nether brick items at once. Nether brick items were added 2 years after nether bricks. Red nether bricks used to look like this. Nether brick fences take longer to break than any other type. Nether brick slabs were suggested at Minecon 2012. Nether brick walls and fences take the same time to break. A nether brick can only fuel a furnace in Bedrock edition. This was the first ever image of nether bricks. Note blocks on nether bricks make a bass drum sound. Subscribe! Minecraft's item frames used to have no leather inside. Item frames were suggested on Reddit. Lightning bolts used to destroy item frames. The outer frame uses the birch planks texture. Item frame items were going to look like this. Shulker boxes can have item frames on them in Java edition. Item frames used to have a slightly different texture. Comparators emit a signal based on the item's rotation. End ships are the only place item frames naturally spawn. This was the first screenshot of item frames. Item frames used to despawn when 20 blocks away. Item frames can be bought for 7 emeralds. Subscribe! Minecraft's prismarine used to look like this. There are over 6,000 prismarine blocks in an ocean monument. Prismarine changes color 20 times in 5 minutes. Fans chose prismarine's name. It took 4 years for prismarine stairs and slabs to be added. Prismarine shards used to look like this. A prismarine cape was given to a mod developer. Monuments have more prismarine bricks than prismarine. Prismarine bricks and dark prismarine used to look different. The texture of prismarine slowly changes between these 4 versions. All types of prismarine have the same strength as stone. Prismarine was first shown on Jeb's Instagram. Subscribe. Minecraft's foxes look like this when Mojang tried to add them. Foxes can use fire aspect swords. White foxes look different in Minecraft dungeons. Foxes have double the health in Bedrock edition. Armor stands stop foxes sleeping. Foxes are the only mobs that close their eyes when sleeping. Only foxes and goats can jump more than 1 block. Polar bears make foxes run away. Foxes spawn in groups of 2 to 4. More XP drops on foxes in Bedrock edition. Foxes sometimes spawn with emeralds. Spider eyes poison foxes. Chorus fruit makes foxes teleport. Baby polar bears attack foxes in Java edition. Subscribe! Minecraft's Crying Obsidian used to look like this in 2011. Crying Obsidian was removed in 2012 and re-added 8 years later. Lightning was going to make Crying Obsidian, but piglins were chosen. Soul torches have the same light level as Crying Obsidian. Lapis was going to be used to craft Crying Obsidian. Note blocks make bass drum sounds on Crying Obsidian. Pistons used to push Crying Obsidian. The light doesn't melt snow. Cracked Obsidian was going to be in Ruined Portal. Crying Obsidian is the strongest block that emits light. Normal Obsidian takes the same time to mine. Portals don't open with Crying Obsidian. Subscribe! Minecraft's fences used to look like this. Fences used to be crafted with just sticks. Only crimson and warped fences can't be found naturally. Wooden fences can smelt items, but nether brick ones can't. When fences were added, you spawned with a stack. Arrows float on top of fences. Mobs can't jump onto a fence with carpet on top. Fences used to have a larger hitbox. Fences used to need a solid block under them. Arrows can knock you over a fence. Nether brick fences aren't flammable. Oak fences were added 4 years before any other time. Nether brick fences make a different sound under a note block. Subscribe. Minecraft's end portal frame used to look like this. Beacon beams can go through end portal frames. Comparators power redstone if there's an eye. End portal frames emit light. Bedrock has the same blast resistance. Light passes through end portal frames. The texture changed to this in 1.14. Frames used to drop when exploding. Frames used to emit more light. They're just called end portal in Bedrock Edition. There's a 1 in a billion chance that all frames will be filled. Most blocks make a different sound even though they don't touch. These look the same but face different directions. You used to spawn with end portal frames. Subscribe. Minecraft's end crystals used to look like this. They used to be spawn eggs for end crystals. Charged creepers have the same explosion strength. The end crystal item used to look like this. The beams can be moved with commands. End crystals used to be called ender crystals. End crystals disappear if hit by TNT. They only have 2 cubes in Bedrock Edition. 1 end crystal can heal 2 dragons. They have a shorter hitbox in Bedrock Edition. This is what 100 end crystals looks like. Skeleton horses used to drop end crystals. The dragon heals 1 heart per second from crystals. Subscribe. Minecraft's purple used to look like this. End ships are made of over 800 purple. Purple blocks were revealed in this image. Chiseled and smooth purple go unused in Bedrock Edition. There used to be a 6-sided purple pillar in Bedrock Edition. Purple blocks and pillars take the same time to break. Purple is a shade of purple in Swedish. Purple pillars used to look like this. You can't craft purple slabs using pillars in Bedrock Edition. Stone has the same strength as purple. Purple was created so shulkers can blend in. Quartz pillars are crafted differently to purple pillars. Purple won't drop without a pickaxe. Subscribe. Minecraft's mob heads used to look like this when dropped. Soul Sand's texture is used for particle. Mojang made 42 accounts for custom heads. You can hide on maps by wearing a mob head in Bedrock Edition. Dragon heads look like this in the 3DS edition. Wall posts are the same size as a mob head. Mob heads used to go under the hat layer. Mob heads are called skulls in the code. Changing your skin won't change mob heads using it. Fire heads don't drop because it's too gory. Dispensers equip mob heads. Pistons break mob heads. Wearing a mob head halves the mob's detection range. Any head can make a creeper firework. Subscribe. Minecraft sea lanterns used to look like this. There are roughly 100 sea lanterns in a monument. Prismarine crystals used to look like this. Sea lanterns can drop up to 5 prismarine crystals with fortune. Moat blocks make a clicks and sticks sound when on sea lantern. The animation is smoother in Bedrock Edition. Sea lanterns didn't change in the texture update. Prismarine crystals are rarer in Bedrock Edition. Glowstone and sea lanterns have the same strength. Mobs can't spawn on sea lanterns. Redstone doesn't go through sea lanterns. Some ocean ruins have sea lanterns. They always take the same time to break. Subscribe. Minecraft's fire used to look like this when it glitched. Soul fire isn't as bright as normal fire. Fire smelted ores before furnaces. Story mode had blue fire years before soul fire. Fire charges can light a minecart with TNT. Glitched fire looked like this in 2010. You can hold fire and soul fire in Bedrock Edition. Fire charges used to look like this. Minecraft Dungeons has purple fire. Fire takes half a heart a second. Chainmail armor used to be made with fire. Soul fire deals double the damage. Fire ages over time. Soul fire doesn't go out over time. Subscribe. Minecraft's torches used to be taller. Underwater torches are in the Education Edition. Torches look different in Bedrock Edition. Torches burnt out in the 2013 April Fool's update. Holding a torch looked like this in 2010. Soul torches repel piglins. Breaking torches won't take durability. You can color torches in the Education Edition. Torches used to move instead of dropping. You couldn't craft torches when they were added. Notch wanted torches to light only a small area. Soul torches don't melt snow. You used to be able to put torches on leaves. Soul torch used to be soul fire torch. Subscribe. Minecraft's note blocks used to look like this. The playing sound was unused for 8 years. Note blocks can have 800 combinations. Pressure plates on note blocks don't work. Note blocks on note blocks make a string-based sound. There are 16 instruments that note blocks can play. Jukeboxes came a year before note blocks. Note blocks can play 25 different notes. Pistons didn't push them until 1.13. You can hear a note block 48 blocks away. Note blocks start at F sharp. Note blocks catch fire from lava but never burn away. Diamond and netherite break them at the same speed. Subscribe. Minecraft's end rods used to have a purple base. End rods are as bright as torches. Sand only breaks on a sideways end rod. End rods used to have a smaller hitbox. You could walk up end rods when they were added. There are unused parts of their texture. End rods are held differently in Bedrock Edition. Water breaks end rods in Java Edition. An end rod can be worn using commands. End ships have 6 end rods. End rods never spawn facing down. Torches can't go on end rods in Bedrock Edition. Pistons push end rods. End rods break instantly. The particles are faster in Bedrock Edition. End rods melt snow. Subscribe. Minecraft sandstone used to look like this and this. Chiseled sandstone used to have 4 symbols. Cut sandstone was going to look like this. Desert pyramids have over 3,000 sandstone. Smooth sandstone takes longer to break. No natural structures use red sandstone. Smooth sandstone used to craft smooth sandstone. Chiseled sandstone used to be hieroglyphic sandstone. Red chiseled sandstone used to look like this. Birch logs were added in the same update as sandstone. Cut sandstone makes slabs but not stairs. There's no smooth sandstone in a pyramid. Smooth sandstone has 8 times more blast resistance. Subscribe. Minecraft's redstone lamps used to look like this. Silk touch used to allow you to get lit redstone lamps. They were made darker 2 weeks after they were added. Lamps turn on instantly but take time to turn off. Maps don't show redstone lamps. Lamps used to turn off instantly. They always take half a second to break. Glowstone lets you open chests but lamps don't. Redstone lamps aren't flammable. Lamps were mentioned 2 years before redstone lamps. This was the first image of the new texture. They have the same blast resistance as glass. They conduct redstone but glowstone doesn't. You can still get lit redstone lamps in Bedrock Edition. Subscribe. Minecraft's armor stands used to look like this. The item used to look like this. Frostwalker works with armor stand. They have as much health as players. Zoglins attack armor stand. This was the first image of armor stand. Potions work on them in Bedrock Edition. They stack to 64 in Bedrock Edition. Small armor stands can be spawned with commands. Armor stands used to look like this when holding raw chicken. Armor stands can only be found naturally in Java Edition. There are 13 poses in Bedrock Edition. Cacti don't damage armor stands. Redstone switches poses. They can be placed with dispensers. Subscribe. Minecraft's chickens used to look like this. There used to be a hole in every chicken's head. Eggs used to look like this. Chickens and eggs were added at the same time. Minecraft Earth had 4 extra chicken types. Chickens are most common in jungles in Java Edition. You can't hit a chicken in a minecart. Notch said the chicken was a duck in 2011. Eggs pass through portals. Untamed cats attack chickens in Java Edition. Diamond chickens were an April Fool's joke. Eggs can rarely spawn 3 chicks at once. Raw chicken used to look like this. Cooked chicken had these texture changes. Subscribe. Minecraft scaffolding used to look like this. Scaffolding even works underwater. Scaffolding doesn't break cacti. Pistons break scaffolding. It used to fall after 4 blocks instead of 6. Scaffolding smelts 3 times as much in Bedrock Edition. Scaffolding breaks instantly only in Java Edition. Scaffolding was announced at Minecon 2018. This was the first ever image of scaffolding. Scaffolding has 0 blast resistance. Lava doesn't set scaffolding on fire. Scaffolding can't go in lava in Bedrock Edition. Scaffolding was never added to the 3DS edition. You can place through scaffolding. Subscribe. Minecraft's nether wart used to look like this. The nether wart item used to look like this. Water used to break nether wart's blocks. Piglins can't spawn on nether wart's blocks but can spawn on warped ones. The nether wart's block used to look like this. You used to be able to hold nether wart's crops with commands. Stage 2 has a bigger hitbox but looks like stage 1. Nether wart's blocks aren't flammable. You can't bone meal nether wart. Fortune only drops more if it's fully grown. Nether wart's blocks are broken fastest with hose. Cleric villagers can buy 22 nether warts for 1 emerald. Subscribe. Minecraft's respawn anchors exploit the same area as beds. The top texture is actually translucent. Silk Touch keeps the charges in Bedrock Edition. They emit more light with more charge. You can spawn up to 3 blocks below the anchor. Note blocks on respawn anchors make a bass drum sound. Comparators emit the same signal as the light level. Pistons can't push them. They can be charged with dispensers. Hoglins run from respawn anchors. The Ender Dragon can't break them. Some sounds are wrongly subtitled. Charges get used up in hardcore. They have the same strength as Obsidian. Subscribe. Minecraft's magma blocks used to look like this. They used to keep the light level of blocks next to them. Water used to evaporate on magma blocks. Dirt and magma blocks take the same time to mine. Spiders can't climb them, but cave spiders can. They only generate from Y27 to 36. Magma does no damage with Frostwalker. Magma blocks don't hurt shulkers. Only these mobs can spawn on magma blocks. Magma still does damage with a trapdoor on top. They emit smoke in the rain. This was the first image of the magma block. Fire burns forever on magma blocks. Subscribe. Minecraft Steve used to look like this. Steve looks like this in Minecraft Dungeons. Steve and Black Steve used to be mobs in 2010. Steve can be 4 sizes in Bedrock Edition. Smash Bros uses Steve's old skin. His skin was updated for Bedrock Edition. Steve appears in over 12 other games. Steve was called Steve E in Pocket Edition Lite. Lego Steve is based on his old skin. The bottom of Steve's body is the color of his shirt. Steve has a hole in his head, but Alex doesn't. Pressing G used to spawn Steve. Steve was the first ever mob. Subscribe. Minecraft's cobweb used to look like this. It takes 13 seconds to fall through 1 cobweb block. Spiders were going to make cobwebs. Arrows aren't slowed by cobwebs. Cobwebs make 9 string in Bedrock Edition. You walk even slower if it's on ice. You can put paintings on cobwebs in Java Edition. They take 20 seconds to break with no tool. They generate in igloo basements. Silk Touch swords drop cobweb. They used to just be called webs. Cobwebs use stone sounds. Mobs won't burn in cobweb. The texture was added 2 years before the block. Subscribe. Minecraft's coral used to look like this. Mojang donated $100,000 to fix real coral reef. Diamond has the same blast resistance as coral. Coral slabs were shown at Minecon but were never added. Coral blocks look like this at Minecon Earth. They're all based on real types of coral. You need Silk Touch to get coral. Pistons only push dead coral. There are 11 types of coral reef. Coral blocks used to look like this. Coral fans used to look like this. Bone meal makes coral in warm oceans. Coral reefs can have dead coral in Bedrock Edition. Subscribe. Minecraft's cats used to look like this. Cats are smaller than ocelots. Cats only had 3 legs in a snapshot version. Cat spawn eggs look different in Bedrock Edition. Lego Minecraft cats look like this. There's a type of cat in Bedrock Edition that you can't get. Siamese cats are changing in 1.17. Kittens teleport when they grow up. 2 of the cats have different color eyes. 1 cat skin was based on a YouTuber's cat. Cats hiss at phantoms. Stray cats attack baby turtles. The tuxedo cat is based on Jed's cat Newton. Their tails don't show their health. Subscribe. Minecraft's cauldrons used to look like this. Snow can go in cauldrons in 1.17. The water changes color in Bedrock Edition. The corrupted cauldron is a boss in Minecraft Dungeon. Potions used to be brewed with cauldrons. Cauldrons emit light when there's lava inside. The cauldron item used to look like this. Arrows get stuck in the water. Banners can be washed in cauldron. A glitch used to make cauldrons look like full block. Villagers can only claim empty cauldron. Cauldrons couldn't be filled when they were added. Potions go in them in Bedrock Edition. The inside is half the height of a slab. Subscribe. Minecraft's conduit used to look like this. The conduit power icon looks like the old Heart of the Sea texture. They can be angled in Bedrock Edition. The achievement is a reference to a whirlpool in Norway. This spacing gives you conduit power anywhere. They're as bright as glowstone. Nautilus shells used to look like this. Nautilus is a real animal. Nautilus core was the old name for Heart of the Sea. The heart opens when fully activated. Dark Prismarine used to not work with conduits. They break faster with pickaxes in Bedrock Edition. Some conduit sounds have no subtitles. Subscribe. Minecraft sheep used to look like this. Mutton used to look like this. Evokers can make blue sheep red. They can eat grass through honey blocks. The mutton textures were made by a fan. Fishing rods used to shear sheep. They used to be rainbow sheep in Minecraft Earth. Lambs mix their parents' colours. The wool used to show even with invisibility. Their heads look different in Bedrock Edition. There are 5 more types of sheep in Minecraft Earth. Sheep can't fit through gaps like this. They eat ferns in Bedrock Edition. Baby pink sheep are the rarest. They used to drop more wool. They used to drop mushrooms. Minecraft's music discs used to be called Record. The 11 disc used to look like this. Pigstep is the only song with a capital letter in its name. Buried treasure can have discs in Bedrock Edition. Creepers can't drop Pigstep. TNT lit by a skeleton still makes creepers drop a disc. Stall means stole in Swedish. Blocks is nearly 6 minutes long. 13 used to be normal music before discs. 11 is 1 minute 11 seconds long. A disc is also a circle of gravel, clay or sand. Weights used to be called Where Are We Now. Pigstep is rarer in Bedrock Edition. 5 cool Minecraft facts. Minecraft Earth had fancy chickens which dropped fancy feathers and were based on the red jungle fowl. Silverfish are in the files of Minecraft dungeons but never show up in game even though they're in the trailer. Endermen take damage in water but not in cauldrons. There are 79 different biomes in Java Edition but only 75 in Bedrock Edition. Mobs used to run away from creepers but this was removed because it caused too much lag. Subscribe! Minecraft's end portals are invisible from underneath and are the same height as enchanting tables. Caves are filled with a different type of air to the normal world and void air is found above the height limit. The 2015 April Fool's update had smiling creepers, a pink iron golem, and a pink wither that looked like this. Deadmau5 has special ears next to his head, and his name tag is slightly higher than every other player. It takes 6 seconds to break obsidian in the Nintendo 3DS version instead of 10 seconds. Subscribe for more about every block. Minecraft's ice was first mentioned by Notch in 2009, but was added in 2010. Lapis ore can drop up to 36 lapis at once with a Fortune 3 pickaxe. Underwater TNT can be made in the Education Edition by adding sodium. Winter mode used to be a feature in Minecraft, where there was always snow and water was replaced by ice. Lapis can be used to make blue glow sticks and balloons in the Education Edition. Emerald ore only generates in veins of 1 block. With the Hero of the Village effect active after a raid, cleric villagers might give you lapis in Java Edition. Natural emerald ore blocks are even rarer than netherite. Cobblestone can actually be broken quickest using a golden pickaxe, which is even faster than netherite. To make a cobblestone generator properly, dig 4 blocks in a line, make a hole here, and place your water next to the hole with the lava on the opposite side. Subscribe! Minecraft's cobblestone first looked like this when it was one of the first 2 blocks added, while Minecraft was just called Cave Game. Underwater TNT can be made in the Education Edition by adding sodium. Sand falls at around 2.2 blocks per second. Cobblestone can actually be broken quickest using a golden pickaxe, which is even faster than netherite. Comparators can be connected to beehives and output a signal based on how much honey is inside. Subscribe here to find out more about every block. Minecraft sea pickles used to be able to float. Sea pickles are made light in real life too. You can only bone meal sea pickles on coral. Smelting them makes lime dye. Real sea pickle colonies can be smaller than a centimeter. 4 sea pickles are brighter than a torch. The sea pickle texture looks like this. They block water and lava. Sea pickles can be found in desert village houses. You used to be unable to put them on soul sand. 2 sea pickles are as bright as redstone ore. They fill up composters. Walls used to not connect to sea pickle. Bone meal can be wasted on sea pickles in Java Edition. Subscribe!